Hello everyone, welcome back to my channel. In this session, I will be discussing about the Palmar interosseous. We know that Palmar interosseous, dorsal interosseous, their action attachments. It will look a bit confusing, but if you know how it is getting inserted and how it is taking its origin based upon its function, then it will be easy for you. So let's see how it is. We are going to discuss about the Palmar interosseous first. So we know the Palmar interosseous are attached to the metacarpal bones. So let's see the metacarpal positions first. So this is our first metacarpal, this is our second metacarpal, this is the third metacarpal, this is the fourth metacarpal, and this is the fifth metacarpal. This is just a schematic representation. Okay. So now we need to know what is the main action of Palmar interosseous. The main code is PAD, PAD. Palmar interosseous helps in adduction of fingers. So this is the movement. From abduction, you need to adduct the fingers. So that is actually made possible with the help of Palmar interosseous. So here we can take this finger, the middle finger, as the reference point, and we need the other fingers to move closer to the middle finger. That action is known as adduction. So let's see, if we need to move the thumb towards the middle finger, how should we pull? Should we pull from this side or this side? We know we have to pull from this side. So we need the muscles arising from the metacarpal like this, and it is getting inserted to the medial side of the proximal phalanx of the thumb as well as the dorsal digital expansion. So this is our Palmar interosseous, the first Palmar interosseous. Now once again, all the Palmar interosseous are actually unipinnate muscle, whereas when we compare it with the dorsal interosseous, all the dorsal interosseous are bipinnate. So if we need to pull the thumb from this side towards the middle finger, we have to pull it from the medial end of the thumb. So the origin is from the first Palmar interosseous, arises from the medial aspect of the first metacarpal, and it's getting inserted to the proximal phalanx and the dorsal digital expansion of the thumb. Now we need to pull the the index finger towards the middle finger. So from which side we have to pull? We have to pull it from the medial side again, so that it will come closer to the middle finger. So again we have the second Palmar interosseous arising like this and getting inserted to the proximal phalanx as well as the dorsal digital expansion. So if we pull it from this side, we can adduct the second finger or the index. Now we have the middle finger cannot move because this is the reference point towards which we have the other fingers adducting. Now we have the third, that is the ring finger. So if we have to keep the ring finger towards the middle finger, we have to pull it from this side, then only it can move towards the middle finger. So here we need the third Palmar interosseous coming from the lateral aspect of the fourth metacarpal, and it is getting inserted to the proximal phalanx and the dorsal digital expansion of the ring finger, so that this can pull the ring finger towards the middle finger. Now we have the little finger. So how we will pull the little finger towards the middle finger? That is actually by pulling from the lateral aspect. So we can pull it from this side. The fourth Palmar interosseous will arise from the lateral aspect of the fifth metacarpal bone, and it will get inserted to the proximal phalanx and the dorsal digital expansion. So these are our four Palmar interosseous. So this is the first one, this is the second one, this is the third Palmar interosseous, and this is the fourth Palmar interosseous. So the middle metacarpal, the third metacarpal, is not having any attachment for the Palmar interosseous, and the proximal phalanx of the middle finger is also not having any attachments for the Palmar interosseous. So we can see that the first and the second Palmar interosseous are arising from the medial aspect of the metacarpal bones, the first and second metacarpal bones, and getting inserted to the proximal phalanx of the first and second finger. Whereas The third and fourth palmar interossei are arising from the lateral aspect of the fourth and fifth metacarpal bones and getting inserted to the proximal phalanx and the dorsal digital expansion of the ring and little finger. So that's about the palmar interossei. The code is PAD, pad, that is adduction, and the nerve supply is the deep branch of ulnar nerve. Now, if we want to test the palmar interossei, now what we can do is we can keep a piece of paper. We can keep a piece of paper between the two palmar interossei and we can try to pull it off. If the palmar interossei are healthy, we can hold this piece of paper between the fingers. If it is not healthy, it will just easily slip off if we try to pull the paper off. So that's about the palmar interossei. Thank you. At this point, I would like to add one more thing. We know that the thumb is in a different plane, that is perpendicular to the rest of the fingers. So apart from this first palmar interossei, we need one more powerful adductor for the thumb so that when we hold an object, we will get a powerful grip. For that purpose, we need an additional adductor exclusively for the thumb, that is known as adductor pollicis. So it has got an oblique head which arises from the second and the third metacarpal and the transverse head which is arising from the third metacarpal. Okay, so these are the two heads which you will be getting for the adductor pollicis. So adductor pollicis, apart from the first palmar interossei, will help to adduct the thumb and will help to give a powerful grip while holding the object. So that point also you have to remember. So only thumb is having an additional adductor, that is known as adductor pollicis. Thank you. Thanks for watching.